The Lion of the Forgotten Empire. A historical fiction in 4 parts. Part 1: The Fall of the Empire. The Empire of Askara once stretched from the burning deserts of the south to the frozen mountains of the north. Its banners, crimson and gold, fluttered proudly above cities built of marble and stone. Merchants traveled safely under its laws. Poets sang under its patronage, and soldiers marched believing the empire would last forever. But empires never fall in a single night. They rot slowly from within. In the year 1193 AD, Emperor Valerian II sat upon a throne that was already cracking. He was old, tired, and surrounded by men who smiled too much. The treasury was empty, the provinces restless, and the army divided between loyalty and hunger. Far from the capital, in a small border town named Rathmere, a boy was born on a stormy night. His mother named him Aurelian, unaware that history had just taken its first breath through her child. Aurelian's father was a blacksmith, a man of iron hands and silent honor. From him the boy learned discipline. From his mother he learned stories of old heroes, lost kings and broken crowns. When Aurelian was 10, imperial tax collectors arrived. They took grain, tools, even children for forced service. When his father protested, a soldier struck him down in the mud. That night, something ancient awakened inside the boy. Part 2: Blood and Oaths. By 16, Aurelian was no longer a boy. He had run from Rathmere after his parents died in a winter famine, caused by imperial neglect. Alone, hungry, and burning with quiet rage, he joined a band of mercenaries known as the Iron Wolves. War became his teacher. He fought rebels, bandits, and imperial enemies alike. He learned strategy not from books, but from blood-soaked fields. Unlike others, he did not enjoy killing. He endured it. One night, after a brutal battle, an old soldier named Cassius spoke to him by the fire. "Empires don't need enemies," Cassius said. "They destroy themselves." Years passed. Rumors spread of an empire collapsing. Provinces declared independence. Generals betrayed emperors. Then came the news that changed everything. Emperor Valerian II was dead, murdered. Civil war erupted. Aurelian stood at a crossroads. He could remain a sword for hire or become something more. He swore an oath that night, not to a king, not to gold, but to justice. Part 3: The Rise of the Lion. Aurelian gathered followers not through promises, but through action. Farmers protected by his soldiers fed his army. Cities opened gates because he punished corruption instead of collecting bribes. They called him the Lion of Askara. Unlike the emperors before him, he walked among his men, ate their food, buried their dead. When rival warlords challenged him, he defeated them with strategy rather than cruelty. The final enemy stood in the capital itself, Lord Severin, a noble who ruled through fear and claimed the imperial throne. The battle for the capital lasted 3 days. Fire consumed palaces. Stone streets ran red. Aurelian faced Severin inside the shattered throne hall. "You were born nothing," Severin sneered. "So was the empire," Aurelian replied, and ended him. When the dust settled, the people knelt before Aurelian. They offered him the crown. Part 4: The Price of Legacy. Aurelian ruled not as an emperor, but as a guardian of the realm. He refused divine titles, golden statues, and endless wars. He rebuilt roads, restored laws, and returned land to the people. Yet peace has a cost. Years later, older and scarred, Aurelian stood alone on the palace balcony. He knew history well enough to understand one truth: no empire lasts forever, but an idea can. He wrote no grand memoirs. He left no son to inherit his name. When he died quietly in his sleep, the people mourned not a ruler, but a man who reminded them what honor looked like. Centuries later, historians would argue whether Aurelian truly existed. But in forgotten villages, mothers still told their children. When the world was darkest, a lion rose, not to rule, but to protect.